Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Does one need permission to recite the Dalailu Khayrat?
Yes, I give you permission. If you are murid, you are following Sahibul Saif, permission is given. Shaykh Efendi has given permission, then we're repeating it. Permission is given. If you are not from our association, you want to read, I say it's up to you. You're not under any obligation. It's a good thing to read. It is good. Read. It's one of the things that is good for you to read. There are other things that are very heavy. If you ask me the same question, do you need permission to recite Jafshani Kabir, for instance? You know Jafshani Kabir? Who knows here? You know. What is Jafshani Kabir? Say. Sen, söyle. Jafshani Kabir, it is a dua that the Ashab al-Badr, they were reading before they go into the battle of Badr. Now, don't go searching so much for these things. That one, you need permission. I'm not giving you permission. No one has permission to read that. It is a very heavy. Shaykh Efendi is not opening it for people. Don't be too smarty ones to say, oh, I'm going to look and I'm going to recite this. Okay? There's a recitation. Jafshani Kabir is including all 330 names of the Ashab al-Badr also. You read that. The Ashab al-Badr is something else. Jafshani Kabir is something else. You read that. You don't know. You don't have too much permission to read it. It's going to burn you, definitely. People, they want to read Quran. We're saying, okay, read Quran. But you know where people are reading Quran? In the bus. Quran, to read, you have to wear Islamic clothes. You have to light the incense, yes. Because it gets rid of all the wrong things. And the angels, you're inviting the angels to come. You have to be in wudu. You have to concentrate. You have to read because Allah that time is speaking to you. But nowadays, people taking the Quran, they're putting it in their back pocket, taking it out. In the subway, in the bus, they're opening it and they're reading it. Reading. Oh, seeing naked woman. Okay, reading. Oh, he's saying they're lying and they're stealing. Reading. What benefit are you going to get from that? Now, this is adab. This is common sense. It cannot be. But if you want to do it anyway. We're not liking it so much, but we cannot stop people from doing it. So even with the Quran, there is a time and there is a place to read it. So, if you are following the adab of these matters, you are going to get the benefit. The idea is to get the blessings of what you are doing. It's not just to do it. Let me tell you who got the blessings of the Quran. Sultan Osman Ghazi, the founder of the Ottoman dynasty. He could not speak Arabic. He didn't read the Quran. He couldn't read it. But when he was seeing his Shaykh, and he was put into a room to say that tomorrow you're going to see your Shaykh, and they made him to enter into this room in the Dergahi, and there was a Quran Karim in that room. He spent the whole night standing up. He says, this is the word of Allah. This is Quran is in this room. He says, yes. Then I cannot sit down. I cannot lie down. I cannot say, oh, today, Arabs especially, they're teaching everyone. Now Turks, they're picking up also. They're reading Quran, lying down on their backs, their feet sticking up like this, one on top like this, reading, isn't it? Sitting, standing, putting the Quran on the floor, disrespecting the Quran. That's why this nation is being disrespected. But Sultan Osman Ghazi, he stood up. The whole night he stood up. And when it became really heavy, he sat like in prayer on his knees. And a heaviness fell on him. And he dreamt. And he was given the blessing. And in that dream, he said, when he met his Shaykh, in the morning the Shaykh looked at him and said, say your dream. The Shaykh knows. You dreamt something. Say it. And he's saying, oh my Shaykh, last night, as you know, the Quran is in the room, the word of Allah. I could not sleep. I stood up. Yes, the Shaykh says, I know. Then when it became too heavy for me, I fell on my knees. And I stayed that way. It says, yes, there was something. Sleep was being put on you for you to get something from it. And he says, tell me your dream. And he says, in my dream, oh my Shaykh, I saw a tree coming up from my chest. It was huge. It was big. The tree was coming out. It was growing, growing, growing until it became so huge. And it was spreading its branches. And I see the whole world underneath that tree. And it says, and I saw the moon falling into my lap. And the Shaykh says, you are going to marry my daughter. That is the moon that fell. You are going to continue the lineage of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. And the tree that came out from your chest, you are going to be the father, the founder of the most blessed, the most holiest, the most majestic dynasty that the world has ever seen. The Holy Ottoman Empire. And it's going to be so huge, it's going to continue. And the whole world is going to be sheltering under you, under your dynasty. The blessing came to him because of the respect that he gave. Muslims, why respect? They treat that because they started printing it. It starts to become cheap. You can buy Quran in Barnes and Nobles. Putting Quran on the floor, at their feet, there are so many things. Yes, these are the forgotten sunnats of the Prophet ﷺ. Forgotten sunnats that Hazrat Mahdi ﷺ is going to bring out. And those Muslims who are not obeying, he's going to take out his sword and he's going to finish it. That's it. Who is preparing for that? We are preparing for Mahdi ﷺ. Those who are not, who are resisting, they're only preparing for that, yes. That Yawmul Furqan, the day of separation, that is in the battle of Badr, there will come a day of separation too. Yawmul Furqan, in the future, in the battle between Haq and Batil, the separation is going to happen. Be sure that we're on the side of the Haq. Doubt your faith to be sure that you're in the side of the Haq. Don't take your faith for granted. Say, these are the things that is stopping me from being a true Muslim today, from being a believer today. Doubt that. Then remove those. And our taqwa will increase. Never forget. Don't think that just because you're Naqshbandi, oh, you're going to be generals of Mahdi alayhi salam. People have no modesty now. Where you came from? You didn't smell the dirtiness you made sitting on that room, that throne that everyone is looking for a throne. Everyone is saying, I have a maqam. That is your maqam. The dirtiness that you are making, that we are making, that is our maqam. We're eating all the best smelling food, the cleanest food, taking months, years sometimes to prepare. We take it, we put it in our body, and it becomes dirty. Ahli Jannat is finished with that. Ahli Jannat, the sweat that comes out from their body is going to smell like roses. Like what happened to Shaykh Efendi Hazrat. Never forget, Shaykh Mawlana gave a very big warning. It says, when that day comes, 1/3 of my murids, they're going to betray me. 1/3 of my murids, they're going to be shaheed. And 1/3 of them, they will be ghazi. They will survive the war and they will continue. May Allah make us to be like our Shaykh, the Shaheed. Watch out for the enemy. Inshallah Rahman. May Allah forgive me and bless you. May Allah raise the station of our Shaykh higher and higher. And make us to understand and to wake up. Inshallah. For more sincerity to reach to our hearts. Al-Fatiha. Assalamu alaikum.